And our final picture of the evening from Miriam's Kitchen, May. May has a couple photos, which hopefully are queued up.
Hi everyone, my name is May Powers. I'm with Miriam's Kitchen. Our mission is to end long-term homelessness in DC. But before I tell you about our organization, I want to introduce you to Bill. This is Bill. He was one of our guests. When he was in his mid-20s, he joined the Army Medical Corps, and he was sent off to Vietnam, where he served 2 tours as a combat medic. And when he returned, he got on with life. He finished school. He raised his family. He even started a business. Things were going pretty well for Bill. But then his mother passed away, and it triggered something in him, and he couldn't really put his finger on it, but things started to unravel. He lost his business. He lost his family, and homelessness quickly became his reality. When I first met Bill, I asked him, what's the hardest thing about homelessness? And he said the isolation. You go months, even years, without a simple handshake or a hug. And that alone is enough to push some people over the edge. Bill credits Miriam's Kitchen for saving him from falling over that edge. He looked forward every morning to, after sleeping out on the streets and being kicked awake by a security guard, to go to Miriam's Kitchen, where he was welcomed with a smile, greeted by name, could have a hot cup of coffee and a freshly prepared meal, and just be treated with dignity. And it was eventually also with Miriam's Kitchen that he was able to have his first home after 17 years of sleeping on the streets. Today, Bill has now remarried. I was actually the videographer at his wedding, and he's enjoying life in housing. He has a place to reconnect with his family. He has a house where he can babysit his great-grandkids and watch them crawl on the floor. And I share Bill's story, of course, to humanize the experience of homelessness, but also to share how Miriam's Kitchen had to evolve over the years to become the type of organization that could really serve him in all the ways that he needed. Because when we were founded back in 1983, we just served breakfast, eggs, milk. And after spending time in our dining room, seeing the same people year after year, we started to think, serving meals is not enough. So we challenged ourselves to think about homelessness in a bold new way. We asked, how can we put ourselves out as we know it out of business? So in 2012, we changed our mission from responding to homelessness to fighting to end it. So, after that, we started to grow. Next slide, please. We added programs and built partnerships that brought psychiatrists, nurses, social workers, lawyers, all on site to help the more than 5,000 guests that walk through our dining room improve their health, increase their income, and eventually find their own homes, a safe place they live. So I just want to ask one quick question. When I got up here and said, hi, I'm from Miriam's Kitchen, and our mission is to end long-term homelessness, by a show of hands, how many of you thought, great, good luck with that. That's a pretty ambitious goal. Go on, be honest. What if I told you we're on the cusp of ending veteran homelessness in DC? Since August 2013, a year after we changed our mission, Miriam's Kitchen and our partners across the city have housed 1,570 veterans. That's 1,570 veterans who no longer live on the streets and now have a place where they can call home. And we are more than 90% of the way to ending veteran homelessness in DC. By the end of this year, we will join Houston, Virginia, Connecticut, other places that have already achieved this milestone. So now for the second part of my question, how many of you are now starting to think, wow, how could we be this close to ending veteran homelessness in Washington, D.C., and I not know anything about it? I'm seeing a lot of heads nod, some hands in the back. That's why we need you. It doesn't serve our mission well for Miriam's Kitchen to be recognized as the best kept secret in Foggy Bottom. It doesn't serve our mission well for Miriam's Kitchen to be thought of as just a soup kitchen. Miriam's Kitchen is not just a soup kitchen. We're a super kitchen. From meals to housing, we are playing a critical role in ending veteran and chronic homelessness in DC. That's why we need your help. A film by Emic Films would help us do 3 things. The first is promote awareness that ending veteran and chronic homelessness in DC is not only possible, but achievable in the next few years. 2, it would help us answer a question that we get asked all the time. What does the path out of homelessness look like? And the answer to that question is best told by a story like Bill, who wants his story shared because he wants to help his friends who are still living out on the streets. And 3, a film would help let people know what can they do. How can they support this movement, whether it's donating financially or lending their voice to our advocacy movements. Earlier I said, we had to add programs. We added those programs, we added a housing program, but one key program that I forgot to mention was that we added an advocacy program because our mission was not just about ending homelessness for the people that walk through our doors in our dining room. It was about ending homelessness for everyone across the city so that no one had to stay out on the street for years. So this is our chance. And how many times are you invited to be a part of making history and actually see it happen? Together, we can make a huge difference in the lives of our guests and our community. I mean, can you imagine it? A nation's capital where instances of homelessness are rare, brief, and non-recurring. Your support can help ensure that vision comes true and even accelerate it. Thank you.
Thank you.